Ever wondered what exactly makes up the money that's readily swirling around in the economy? We hear about interest rates, inflation, and the Federal Reserve, but at the heart of it all lies a fundamental concept, the money supply. And within that, there's a key player we need to understand, something called an M1 deposit. Now, you might be thinking, M1? Sounds like a type of highway or maybe a secret agent code name. While it might not be quite that glamorous, understanding M1 is crucial for grasping how our financial system works and how the money in your pocket, or on your phone, plays a role in the bigger economic picture. Before we dive deep into the specifics of an M1 deposit, let's zoom out for a moment and talk about the broader concept of the money supply. Think of the economy as a vast ocean, and money as the water that keeps everything flowing. But not all water is the same. Some is easily accessible on the surface, while other water is locked away in deeper reserves. Economists categorize this water, or money, into different measures, and M1 is one of the most fundamental and liquid of these measures. Why is this important? Well, the amount of money circulating in an economy has a significant impact on things like inflation, interest rates, and overall economic growth. Too much money chasing too few goods can lead to rising prices, inflation, while too little money can stifle economic activity. Central banks, like the Federal Reserve in the United States, closely monitor these money supply measures to guide their monetary policy decisions. So, where does M1 fit into all of this? M1 represents the most liquid forms of money in an economy, the types of money that are most easily and readily available for transactions. Think about the cash in your wallet, the money in your checking account that you can access with a debit card or write a check from. These are the primary components of M1. Let's break down the key elements that typically make up M1. 1. Physical currency. This is the most tangible form of money, the dollar bills and coins circulating in the hands of the public. It's the money you use for everyday purchases at the grocery store, the coffee shop, or the local market. While the rise of digital payments might make it seem like cash is becoming less important, it still forms a significant part of the M1 money supply. Think about all the cash registers you see and the ATMs dispensing bills. It's a substantial amount. 2. Demand deposits. This is where the concept of an M1 deposit truly comes into play. Demand deposits are funds held in checking accounts at commercial banks and other financial institutions that are available on demand. This means you can access these funds easily and immediately without any prior notice or significant penalty. Think about your checking account. You can withdraw money using an ATM, make purchases with your debit card, write a check, or transfer funds electronically whenever you need to. These accounts are highly liquid because the money is readily available for spending. 3. Other checkable deposits. This category includes other types of accounts that function similarly to checking accounts, allowing for easy withdrawals and transfers. Examples might include negotiable order of withdrawal, NOW, accounts and automatic transfer service, ATS, accounts. These accounts often offer some interest, unlike traditional demand deposits, but still retain a high degree of liquidity. So, to put it simply, an M1 deposit primarily refers to the funds held in demand deposits at commercial banks. It's the money that's readily available and most commonly used for transactions in the economy. When economists and financial analysts talk about M1, they are essentially looking at the sum of physical currency in circulation, demand deposits, and other checkable deposits. Now, why is understanding M1 deposits so important? 1. Indicator of liquidity. M1 is a key indicator of the overall liquidity in the economy. A high level of M1 suggests that there is a significant amount of readily available money for spending, which can fuel economic activity. Conversely, a low level of M1 might indicate tighter liquidity conditions. 2. Relationship with spending. Because M1 represents highly liquid funds, changes in M1 can often reflect changes in consumer and business spending patterns. An increase in M1 might suggest that people and businesses are more willing and able to spend, while a decrease could indicate a slowdown in spending. 3. Monetary policy tool. Central banks closely monitor M1 as part of their broader assessment of the economy and the effectiveness of their monetary policy. While M1 might not be the sole target of monetary policy anymore, its growth rate and level can provide valuable insights into the impact of interest rate changes and other policy tools. For example, if a central bank lowers interest rates to stimulate the economy, they would hope to see an increase in borrowing and, consequently, an increase in demand deposits, M1. 4. Inflationary pressures. Rapid growth in M1, especially if it outpaces the growth in the production of goods and services, can sometimes be a precursor to inflationary pressures. With more money chasing the same amount of goods, prices may tend to rise. However, the relationship between M1 and inflation is complex and has evolved over time, with other factors also playing significant roles. It's important to distinguish M1 from other measures of the money supply, such as M2 and M3. These broader measures include less liquid forms of money. M2 typically includes M1+. Savings deposits. These are funds held in savings accounts at banks and other financial institutions. While easily accessible, they are not as immediately liquid as checking accounts. Money market accounts. These are interest-bearing accounts that offer some check-writing capabilities but may have certain restrictions. Small denomination time deposits. These are certificates of deposit, CDs, with relatively small denominations and specified maturity dates, meaning the money is not immediately accessible without a penalty. M3 is an even broader measure and typically includes M2+. Large denomination time deposits. These are CDs with larger denominations. Institutional money market funds. These are money market accounts held by institutional investors. Repurchase agreements, RPs. These are short-term borrowing agreements. Eurodollars. These are US dollar-denominated deposits held in banks outside the United States. Think of it like nesting dolls. M1 is the smallest, most liquid doll, contained within the slightly larger M2 doll, which is itself contained within the even larger M3 doll. As you move from M1 to M3, the measures become broader and include assets that are less liquid and less directly used for transactions. The focus on M1 stems from its direct link to transactional activity. The money held in checking accounts and the physical currency in circulation are the primary means by which individuals and businesses make payments and conduct their day-to-day economic activities. With that said, thanks for watching and until next time.